Welcome back to Redneck's Dirty Hands, and this is episode 5, I believe, of the Redneck golf cart here. Still trying to figure out a good name for it. It is an R1 powered golf cart, so maybe we'll call her the Power 1. I don't know, maybe you guys got a better idea, but let's carry on with this episode. Alright, so we're still in the mock-up stage, obviously. I mean, we've got the motors in it. I got the rear end kind of somewhat figured out. The front suspension is set up. Nothing's fully welded. We don't know about geometry and all that. You know, this thing, we're hoping to go pretty fast with it. So I don't know if stock golf cart geometry and suspension's gonna cut it. You know, it might get a little bit of a death wobble going. I have no idea, but got to figure out brakes on this thing. You know, we were talking about it, and I picked up off of Amazon or whatever. We had some go-kart drilled rotors, and you know, these spindle hubs there. They're for the 1-inch lower to key weight and all that for the rear axle. And then I got 2 of these calipers. I figured, you know, we were just gonna originally put the brakes on the rear end of this thing, just on the axle. You know, the golf carts don't come with front brakes or anything like that, but I figured put 2 of these on the rear axle should be good enough. And then I started watching some videos of other guys that have built, you know, street bike powered or any other kind of fast golf cart type deal, and they go pretty quick. And I don't know if these little dinky brakes just on the rear axle is going to be enough to slow a roll, you know what I'm saying? So I think what I'm going to do, well, I know what I'm going to do. I've already mocked one up off camera there, but I'm going to convert these for the front brakes. So we'll have front brakes, and then this is the sprocket setup I got. That's a 48 tooth 50 pitch chain or whatever. It works out the same as a 530 chain. That's what's going to be our drive sprocket. So I had 2 of these set up. Same thing, it's got the collar for the 1-inch bore on the rear axle. So the second one, I picked up another one that was only a 42 tooth sprocket, I believe. We were going to play around with the gearing, but I figure we'll stick with the 48 for now. And then I took the other one and turned it into a custom rear rotor. She's nice and thick, pretty beefy. I even drilled some holes in there to help for venting it out, so we can put a heavy-duty caliper on that fella, and that should be plenty for slowing down the rear axle. And then converting these guys to the front brakes there, I'll show you what I mean. So what I got is look at that nice looking wheel there. Oh, I got her bolted on. Hold on. Okay, so I only got a couple nuts holding her on here. Pull this guy off. And that's kind of what I came up with here. So I I used the original, that rotor that I got from Amazon there, and then there's that hub plate. I machined the center of it out, welded the disc rotor to that. This is a piece of 4-inch exhaust pipe. I machined the back side of the original hub. I've got it welded on the studs for here, made up my bracket to mount the, it's nice because these are, you know, a fixed caliper, dual piston, so you mount it solid, don't have to worry about it sliding anywhere. So I've made up a bracket, welded it to the little S plate there for the tie rod. So she's nice and stout, she works, you know, still spins nice and free. And then you got the, I'll have to run a longer brake line there, get it up to the pedal, and I can mount. What I'm gonna do is mount one master cylinder to control the pair of the front. That way we can have a line lock and do some nice smoky burnouts. And then I'll still have brakes for the back, brakes for the front. Just for, you know, self-preservation. We get ripping this thing. We're planning on, you know, 100 mile an hour in a golf cart, sketchy to begin with. If we're going to go fast, we need to be able to stop, you know, so not by like suddenly by smoking a tree or the ditch or something else. So controlled stopping is a must. So I'm going to copy everything I did there. I did that off camera. Just I had no idea if it was going to work or whatnot, but I mean it turned out pretty good, you know, doing it on the lathe and everything. The rotor stayed nice and true, and we got no issues there. So I'm confident enough I can copy all that with the other parts I got. Get the other side rigged up. Then I'll get the rear axle. I'll take those hubs off. Picked up a broach kit, so I can cut my own keyways in those hubs that I made. So then I can key them to that shaft, and then we'll get the sprocket on there, the brake rotor on there, rig up a caliper on the back of that. I picked up a long brake line too, so maybe we'll get the pedal assembly in there and get some stopping action happening on this thing. And then we've got another surprise for this thing here. I'll show you a little bit later on how we're going to be controlling the engine. The possibilities are a little bit endless here, so local shop helped me out with a unit for that, so I'll show you in a little bit. But for now, we will get going on copying that on that side. Started working on the other side. What I did is took that exhaust pipe, cut just a little bit over 1 inch, and then trued it up in the lathe both sides. This is the piece of that one axle hub, sprocket hub that I got from Amazon. I machined the center of it out, and the reason why I'm using it is because this is 4-inch exhaust pipe. This flange here was exactly 4 inches, so it fits perfect. So what I'm gonna do is weld that guy onto there, and then I can re-bolt the rotor on there, center it up, and then because of clearance wise and stuff, it's a little bit tight on there. The bolt heads don't fit. Either way, I wouldn't really be able to service it, so I'm gonna weld the rotor on here. I already did it that way on the other side. So, and then I just gotta take the original spindle off the golf cart. I made this little fixture holder tool out of aluminum there. It just slides through the bearings on the spindle. I got a piece of just flat plate, drilled a hole in it. I tapped that. So I'm gonna bolt that through, clamp that tight, and then I'm just gonna machine the back side of this so I can slip that perfectly center on there. Then I'll have the rotor mounted on the back, and I'll do the same thing. I'm just welding it to the back side of the studs. Should be good enough to hold it on there. We're gonna find out, that's for sure.
It'll work.
JP's my cameraman here today. He's got a few minutes, but he's on a secret mission today. We might fill you in. He's picking up something new to the channel. New. It's fast. Well, that took a little bit of doing, but I finally managed to get this side done. Copied everything that we did on the other side the other day. It's been a few days since I started doing this, but now we got brakes working on both sides. Go fast, we can stop fast. Now I know brake lines on the top here, bleeders on the bottom. It's just the way that they came from Amazon. I'm hoping I can flip those. If I can't, then if I have to, I'll just take it off, bleed it, put it back on. So we just need brakes that work. We don't care if they're upside down or not. So I'll get and show you the controller, the setup for running the engine on this thing. It's pretty sweet. Brake, I was working on the golf cart making the front brakes, but when JP showed up with this, that fella there got probably the biggest smile I've ever seen, because better than having a new baby, new to the channel. Yeah, that's a Formula 4 real race car. So I don't know what the plan is we're gonna do with that. I know Ian's pretty excited, wants to fire it up and get her going. We got to do a little research on this thing. Not even sure what kind of fuel it takes. I think it runs on alcohol, this thing. It's got the mechanical injection and all that. So it's a little high tech for these rednecks. So we're gonna see what we can do. Probably do a little research so we don't just blow it up right out of the gate. But we could probably fit ATV tires on there and rip her in the dirt too. I don't know. Down and stopped, saw the fellas at Antomassey's Track and Trail there. Great group of guys. They hooked me up with this Fuel Tech 550 setup. Now this thing's pretty sweet. It acts as your dash, ECM, everything. This has plenty of capability, more than what we need for the golf cart. But this thing, you can control nitrous with it, you know, boost controllers built in for turbo applications. You know, I think it even has line lock or something. I don't know, I haven't even read the brochure on this thing yet, but the plan is we're gonna try this setup on the golf cart, get it figured out, do our testing and tuning with that, and then we can also use this on the snowmobiles too. So big turbo, big boost snowmobile should be running with the Fuel Tech, but we'll figure out how to use it with the golf cart first, and then who knows, maybe we'll use it on the IndyCar too. Nice one. as always, thanks for tuning in and watching. You know, we enjoy making the videos. If you want to, you know, it helps us out. Subscribe and hit the like button, turn the notification bell on, and who knows, maybe in the future, with the help from the boys, Antomasi and Fuel Tech, we got the race car. We got something fast for the golf cart to run against, so we'll just keep working on it and get it done, and then we should have a pretty epic video when it's all said and done. Take her easy.